Hello, welcome to the mini lesson on data design in Canva from the Harnessing the Power of Data Capacity Building series, brought to you by the Michigan Health Endowment Fund in collaboration with Liz G's Strategy and Pivot Data Design. A quick hello from your host today. This is Jenny with Pivot Data Design. We've organized these 16 mini lessons to go in accordance with the grant lifecycle. Phase 1, proposal, Phase 2, learning, and Phase 3, reporting. Today's video is going to give you some new tools and skills to implement in Phase 3 of your grant lifecycle, the reporting phase. So we're going to talk about data design in Canva. So before we jump into Canva, let me just share some of the learning objectives that I have and what we will cover in this video. I'm going to talk about how to find a template that works for your purpose. I'll discuss editing, selecting a template, editing it, adding your branding colors, and how to share your product with others. It'll be all the basics that you need to have to get into Canva and test it out for yourself. Finding a template that works for you. Let's start off with that. So before you enter Canva, it's important to have a sense of who you are talking to. Who are you building this product for? If you're doing an infographic or a poster, think about who this is going to. And question whether, is this really the right product? I think oftentimes one-pagers and posters are really good for a simple key purpose. If you have a lot of data that you need to report out on, one infographic is not going to be enough space to pack it all in. Usually in an infographic, you can make a max of maybe 8 different points. And usually you want those 8 different points to be very clearly cohesive to one theme and purpose. So map that out before you enter Canva. Think about the data that you have available that you might want to visualize. Sometimes it's helpful to just jump into Canva and look at the different templates and get inspired by the different formats that they have, and think critically about the information that you have available that you might need to share. So do a little bit of digging and reflection before you decide on the exact template that works for you. But let's get into Canva and talk about some of the basics on navigating Canva and how to use it. This is a free account, and I am using a free account on purpose here so that you can get a sense of what's available, no matter if you choose to buy their pro version or not. There's a lot of really good free resources that you can use and get acquainted with before you make any decisions to upgrade to a pro account. So let's start off. When you go to the home page, there's a lot of different areas that you can search in. There are social media templates, video templates, print products, so many things. I'm going to start off by searching data infographic, which is one of their different categories. And if you click on that, they have about 65 different templates that you can choose from. So start off by just zooming through here and thinking through, are any of these going to be a good fit for my data? I'm going to choose one of these first ones just because I like it, and I think it'll be a good one for us to practice together. So this is your data infographic. You have a different template style that they've applied to this. You can switch this template style to different ones that they have in here. And unfortunately, you cannot create your own style with your branding colors unless you upgrade to their pro version. But do not worry, there is a workaround that I'm going to show you so you can make sure that the products that you build in the free version of Canva can match your branding colors. So this is page 1, and maybe you only want page 1 or page 2. You can delete a page if you'd like. Let's just zoom in on one page here. So here is the template. It's sitting here ready for us to edit. I usually have to zoom in a little bit because it's hard to see what's actually going on here. So there's a zoom button down here on the bottom with a little circle that you can move to zoom in on the different components. And you can scroll up to the top. Everything in here is editable and movable, and you can change the color. So if you want it to actually be the blue color, you can change it to blue if you want to. The actual text boxes in here, these are just placeholders. So you can double click on this. This is a grouping of actually 3 text boxes, 1, 2, 3, and they're all grouped together in a little family. You can double click in here and change the text as you wish. If you want to add more text somewhere, like over here, if you wanted to delete this and add a title or something on top of this pie chart, you could delete that, click on this text box, and then click maybe add a subheading. You can come over here into the subheading, move this around, decrease the font size to whatever you might want, and add in text as you would like to edit this template to be your own. So you can edit the text boxes that are here, you can delete them and add your own, whatever is going to be the most useful. When it comes to the actual charts, there are placeholder charts in here. And if you click on this, a chart edit button pops up. And in here, you can actually update your data. So you could name these different items. Maybe you're doing like something around fruit and vegetables. You can add these different items here, and maybe this is 20 and this one is 30, whatever the different ones are, and your data will automatically change in this box. There is a settings tab if you would like to change this to numbers instead of percentages, and if you'd like to show labels. I will say there's not as many options inside of Canva as there are in Excel and PowerPoint. So you might find the charts a little bit limiting, but there's still great templates to use to get started. You can also change this. If a pie chart is not going to be the best chart type for the data that you'd like to highlight first, you can click this little where it says pie chart and there's a down arrow. If you click that, there's a lot of other different options that you might want to use, like a stacked bar chart, for example. So you can come in here and do that. You can change the different colors if you wanted to make these to go along with data one here and explain it. You can go ahead and do that. And those are just some simple ways that you can edit the charts and the text boxes in here. The last thing I want to show you is how to actually edit your color palette. So you're going to click on the color. So this one right here, we'll just say is this kind of brownish purpley color. So we're going to click on the color option here. And you can see there is add your brand colors in brand kit. Don't click that because it'll ask you to sign up for Pro. But what you can do is add something called your document color. So if you click add a new color, you can actually type in the hex code of your own branding colors right here. And once you type in your branding colors for a color that you care about, then it'll automatically pop itself up and save it under document colors. So even though these theme colors are here, if you want to change it to your own branding, just take a minute at the very beginning and add all of your branding colors. So then when you move throughout the document, you can quickly come up here and it'll add itself up under document colors. So that is the workaround to apply your own branding colors to this. When it comes to actually sharing this out, under the free version, you have an option to download this into a PDF, which is what their suggested method is. And you can also share a link to it too. If you click the share button, or if you click these three dots, actually, there's a little share link button. So if you wanted to do that, sometimes you can even add animation. There are lots of really amazing tools to get more complicated in here. So if you add animation, you can present and record it. You can also present it straight from here if you're presenting this at a board meeting or something. So there are lots of different ways to share it, but usually I share a link or I download it in PDF and send it in an email. So that's a little bit about using templates for data visualization in Canva. I hope you learned something new and it inspires you to jump in and try one for yourself. Thank you for joining me.